promised. Thousands of people in the Bay Area took to the streets, standing in solidarity with millions around the country and the world. Activists here are holding No Kings protest in nearly every Bay Area city, from the South Bay to the North Bay. Tens of thousands of people marched to San Francisco's Civic Center today. And in Oakland, a massive crowd more than 6 blocks long walked shoulder to shoulder toward City Hall. Large demonstrations also in Palo Alto, Santa Cruz, and San Jose.
Across the nation, people in more than 2,000 cities are taking part in these protests today. Video here out of Atlanta, Florida, San Diego, and more. It all comes after days of tense protests over immigration raids and Trump's deployment of military troops to Los Angeles.
All these demonstrations coinciding with President Trump's 79th birthday, as he holds a military parade to celebrate the Army's 250th birthday in D.C. This is a live look. The president took the stage to address crowds about 30 minutes ago. We'll have more from D.C. in just a couple minutes.
Back at home, protests have been largely peaceful, though we did see some isolated incidents in San Francisco. A driver was detained after a hit and run around 12:30 this afternoon. SFPD says they hit a man with their vehicle at DuBose and Guerrero Streets off Market. They found the driver a short time later at 21st and Mission. The victim was taken to the hospital and expected to be okay. It's unclear at this time whether this was connected to the protests going on.
And then there was this angry confrontation between Trump supporters wearing MAGA hats and protesters in front of City Hall. During the yelling match, you can see a protester smack a MAGA hat off a man's head. The Trump supporter then reacts by shoving away the protester. Another protester then comes in and allegedly spit on that man. The Trump supporters say they reported the incident to police. Our Emma Goss is in San Francisco for us tonight.
Dolores Park overflowed Saturday morning, and at noon, these thousands of people began their march to Civic Center Plaza, a mass demonstration bigger than San Francisco has seen in years. Protesters put their politics on full display, wearing crowns and T-shirts and blasting President Trump with their signage, all together saying the same message. They want a president, not a king.
Our rule of law is being broken down by an authoritarian leader, Donald Trump.
We're citizens who really care. We care about what's happening in our city and to our people. That's why we're here.
People are marching today for all kinds of reasons that they say is about Trump authoritarian government. They're saying what happened to Senator Padilla this week, what happened in Los Angeles in the last week, what's happening around the country is an overreach of power, and they're raising their voices today here and across the country to say no more.
Protesters referenced this video from Thursday of United States Senator Alex Padilla being physically shoved out of a Los Angeles federal immigration press conference held by Kristi Noem, Homeland Security Secretary. He's seen being forced to the ground by Secret Service agents and handcuffed. Signs calling to end or abolish ICE were all over the streets of San Francisco Saturday, some referencing what unfolded in Los Angeles last weekend when President Trump deployed the National Guard, then the Marines, on protesters demonstrating against his aggressive push for mass deportations of immigrants.
And I'm a supporter of the ACLU and a supporter of local organizations here that represent people of color who are being targeted in an unconstitutional way, and everyone needs to abide by the Constitution in this country, including law enforcement.
For this mother and daughter, their protest goes far beyond last week's federal actions.
We're talking in what ICE is doing. We're talking of price manipulation, of market manipulation, of breaking the constitutional laws. It just shouldn't be like that. We have laws for a reason.
Meanwhile, President Trump celebrated his 79th birthday Saturday with a mega military parade in Washington, D.C., honoring the U.S. Army's 250th anniversary. In San Francisco, Emma Goss, NBC Bay Area News.
And near Oakland City Hall, thousands made their voices heard at Frank Ogawa Plaza, yet another peaceful act of defiance against the Trump administration. Demonstrators we spoke with say they are upset over how the White House administration is handling immigration.
I thought it was bad enough in his first term, and that we as a nation have gotten to this point is disappointing and scary and requires and demands action.
In San Jose, a couple thousand people showed up to downtown for the No Kings protest. This one even had families involved. Many carried American flags and signs saying they are standing against the president's immigration raids. NBC Bay Area's Jocelyn Moran has a story.
The people united will never be divided. Many, including families, marched the streets of downtown San Jose protesting President Trump's policies.
I decided to come today for my grandparents who came up from Chihuahua.
Some telling us they came for others who couldn't be here today.
I came for people who aren't physically able or safely able to be here today because our voices matter, and if my voice can count for somebody else, then I'm here today.
I will not respond to violence.
Before the march, organizers asked people to keep the protest peaceful, and from what we saw, it was. President Trump's immigration policies have hit families throughout California, including in Los Angeles and here in the Bay Area. In recent weeks in San Francisco and San Jose, there have been arrests at immigration courts and check-ins.
Everything that he's doing is making this country worse, and I wanted to stand up against the deportations that are happening and against all of the policies that he's implemented.
We're just really disgusted by the treatment of immigrants.
Kate went to the protest with family and friends, including her daughter.
I think that it's incredibly important for her to understand that an injustice for anyone is an injustice for all.
Stand up, fight back.
In San Jose, Jocelyn Moran, NBC Bay Area News.
On the peninsula, one of the most ambitious No Kings Day protests came off seemingly with no problems. A 7-mile human chain stretching along El Camino Real from Sunnyvale to Palo Alto. NBC Bay Area's Robert Honda joining us from Sunnyvale right now to show us how it went and reaction by those who participated. Robert.
Well, that's right. We are here on El Camino Real, right across the street from a Tesla showroom in Sunnyvale. Now, this was the East End starting point for the 7-mile human chain. The goal was to have 7,000 people going from the Sunnyvale Tesla all the way to the Tesla showroom in Palo Alto, a sort of mock tribute to Elon Musk, who is gone, but certainly not forgotten. And it was quite a sight to see so many people taking part in this demonstration, which, as with all the demonstrations today, was designed to offset the military parade in D.C. Now, participants we talked to were excited and a little blown away that such an ambitious protest actually happened.
It's time. It's past time. There's just been one crazy thing after another, and this is the right time and place, and the community feeling has been great. Now we'll see if anybody listens.
We are ecstatic. People really resonated with this idea. We are absolutely thrilled that so many people came out in support of democracy, in support of America, in support of our flag, in support of our freedoms.
Now, at this point, organizers are still tabulating how many people took part, but right now they say the count is well over 10,000 and keeps climbing. We will have more updates tonight on our 11 o'clock newscast. Live in Sunnyvale, Robert Honda, NBC Bay Area News.
Robert, thank you. Protests also stretching up into the North Bay. You can see on your left right there, more than 100 people lined up in the North Bay along Bridgeway near Dunphy Park, and about 50 people came out on Lincoln Avenue in Calistoga up in wine country. And down south in Los Angeles, protesters are clashing with police. Police have declared an unlawful assembly in some parts of the area after LAPD says protesters started throwing fireworks and other items at officers. The public asked to avoid that area. If they're still there, they're being asked to disperse. Our sister station in LA says police have thrown more tear gas and pepper balls to disperse the crowds and have detained at least 3 people. It comes after an appeals court late Thursday temporarily blocked a judge's order that directed President Trump to return control of National Guard troops to California. A hearing has been scheduled for Tuesday.